Hi everybody, I am Sarah with the trains, and today I'm heading off just across the county border to one of the least used stations in Suffolk.
Okay, what about your 903 service to Stansted Airport? We're calling at Wyndham, Attleborough, Thetford, Brandon, Lakenheath, Ely, Cambridge North, Cambridge, Woodstock Parkway and Audley End, due to Stansted 11:01.
We are now approaching Lakenheath. Lakenheath service for Stansted Airport.
Well, we have made it to Lakenheath. Well, this is one of the least used stations in Suffolk. In the year 2021 to 2022, it only saw 476 passengers. And for the first time at one of these little used stations, I was the only person to get off the train. At Burnley Arms, I've always had people get off the train with me, same at Buckingham, but no, nobody else was interested in getting off the train at Lakenheath. So before I get into the station history, you know what I'm going to say. Let's have a quick run round and rundown of the station facilities. At the station we have got two platforms. I must say they are very narrow, so standing behind the yellow line and tactile paving is actually a challenge at this one. We've got the lovely station signs with the RSPB logo on, because we've got an RSPB Nature Reserve nearby. Here on platform 2, it is not wide enough for us to have any benches, but we do have pot plants. Oh, another pot plant. There are actually steps here down to this little gravelly path, but they are behind a locked gate, so I presume that's just for maintenance access only. Here we have the bus shelter style waiting shelter with a nice metal and wood bench inside and a light, which I wonder if that works, but I'm not going to be here late enough to find out. We've got something slightly different for the pot plants here, a watering can. Although it does beg the question what they water them with, if the watering can is being used as a plant pot. We also have a help point and a station information sign, which is not working. Going out of platform 2 now. We've got the level crossing. And to access the other platform, you have to go across the level crossing. There's no other option. Out here we've got information signs with train times and onward travel information. On the other side there is engineering work signs and a how to get assistance for your journey sign. A singular piece of cycle parking, the station sign of course. We now have the access to platform 1, both platforms are level access only. We've got another help point and another station information sign that doesn't work. Good job there's an actual timetable here. I think I'm just going to go and double check my train time. I think I know what it is, but I want to be sure. Lakenheath. 11:20 is my next train. Quick reminder for anybody wanting to come here, there are no regular bus services serving this station. Up on platform 1 we also have a network route map and an advertisement that you can have an advertisement here. Platform 1 is a little bit wider. We have an accessibility ramp next to an engineering works poster. Oh, we've also got a post box set into the wall of what appears to be an old station building that's no longer in use. Now over here we have actually got benches on the platform, as well as planters, some slightly bigger planters because there is a bit more room. And some more benches. And that's pretty much it. Looking at old pictures, it seems that there was a brick shelter attached to the station house, at least as late as 2010. That shelter would have been very welcome on a day like today, as the bus shelter feels more like a greenhouse. So part of the reason this station is so little used is that so few trains stop here. Before the May timetable change, it was just a couple of trains a day. Since the May timetable change, services are now only on a Sunday, and they are every couple of hours. So wanting to get to and from Lakenheath Monday to Saturday, forget it. Not going to happen anymore. The station opened with the line in 1845, and interestingly it's actually about 3 miles away from the village of Lakenheath, so it's over an hour's walk to get there. Looking at old maps, there does appear to have been some sidings here historically, but as you can see we now have rolls of, I don't think that's even real turf. I think that might be I think that is astroturf actually, and stuff where the sidings would have once been. Looking back towards Brandon, there was also a signal box across the road from the station, but this is now sadly gone, as are the manually operated gates. In 1847, there was sadly an accident near to Lakenheath station when 2 ballast men were killed by a runaway wagon. The station did see some development during the First World War. In 1917, work was begun on an aerodrome for the Royal Flying Corps up at Feltwell, where there's actually now an RAF base. As part of the building of this, a small narrow gauge railway was built from here to Feltwell to carry the building materials. It was built by Sir Robert McAlpine and Sons, and it was on the western side of the Lakenheath to Feltwell Road on the grass verges. Now if you're thinking the name Sir Robert McAlpine is familiar, that's because there's a locomotive named after him, 37425, Sir Robert McAlpine, or Concrete Bob, which was his nickname because obviously he built stuff with concrete. Now when you think of Lakenheath, your first thought might be of the RAF base, which of course there is. It's over an hour's walk away though to get to the viewing point where you can see the aircraft. And although it is an RAF base, it's now operated by the US Air Force. Something I've literally just noticed about Lakenheath is that there isn't a flappy plastic bin or bin of any variety. So put your rubbish in the bin on the train or take it home. Now, as this really is a middle of nowhere station, we are going to have a nice walk to the RSPB Nature Reserve, Lakenheath Fen, which is about 10 minutes walk away. Now, I presume the grass verges I am currently walking along are roughly where the narrow gauge railway would have been. Just outside the station we have industrial stuff going on. Not sure what, but industrial. Oh, there's a visitor centre. I did not expect that. See if it's open. We're nearly there apparently. How nearly? What are these little bits of white fluff? Is that, they're not feathers. I have no idea. Oh, I love this owl sculpture. I love barn owls. Oh, another lovely sculpture. Here we are. The visitor centre. here we have it. There's apparently refreshments and stuff, and to get into the nature reserve it's £4 for adults. Ah, now the visitor centre does have toilets. Now, as much as I could probably happily stay at the RSPB Nature Reserve for a while longer, it is very hot today, and the trains are only every 2 hours, and I don't think I can realistically stay here for another 2 hours without losing most of the water in my body through sweat, even though I've got a lot of drinks in my bag. So with that, I think we will head back in the direction of the station. Just now back at the station, waiting for my train heading back towards Norwich. There's another couple of things I've noticed that this station doesn't have, and that is a ticket machine and any form of car park. I'm going to be intrigued to see if A, anybody else turns up to catch this train, and B, if anybody gets off the train. Oh, barriers have gone down. Time for a train coming past. Should be the Nottingham to Norwich EMR. Ooh, what is this? This is the strangest 158 I've ever seen. .204, we have a Turbo Star. Cracking. Right, now that we're over the excitement of seeing a Turbo Star going to Norwich, I've encountered a big issue. The train that I was supposed to be getting from here to Norwich has been cancelled. These trains are only every 2 hours, so I've had to come up with a contingency plan, and that plan involves heading back over to platform 2 and getting the train to Ely, and then getting Ely to Norwich. At least I have more options of trains to get from Ely to Norwich, I suppose. I was going to hop off at Wymondham and film other stuff at Wymondham. Basically, I could have stayed at Lakenheath Fen a lot longer than I did, because I've got about an extra half an hour until my train, so I'm going to head back over to the other platform and wait for the train to take me to Ely. Fortunately, the issue with the train coming from Cambridge is a traction issue, not a track issue. If it was a track or signalling issue, I'd be like, oh, what the hell am I going to do? I may have to call in a very big favour from a friend. But it'll be okay. These things, they happen. And today, of all days, for the station information signs not to be working, I only found out about the cancellation through checking real-time trains. And that's because I'm a massive nerd and wanted to know when the next train was going to be rocking through so I could take down the number. And 158780. Oh my god, it's a 4-car heading in the direction of Nottingham. Ooh, 413. Once again, there's nobody else on the platform. And it is 755419. Jiggery-pokery, a small detour and whatever else, we're now back at Norwich, so it's just time for me to say thank you everybody so much for watching. I will see you all next time on another railway adventure. Right now I'm off to get a Costa and probably first go to the toilet. See you next time. A special shout out to all of my patrons over on Patreon, whose names are on screen now, as well as a thank you to my supporters on Ko-fi. All of you help keep this channel running. For anybody who would like to become a patron or buy me a coffee on Ko-fi, the links are in the description below.